Shalom, 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 shalom. Well, it would seem that I have demolished a person claiming to be Jesus Christ. He has a lot of interest in different areas, but mostly he supports cliquey type of people. A lot of people that actually been proven to be wrong. Biblically, factually, and pretty much every single way you can think of. There's nothing wrong, nothing right about the guy. This is fake as fake comes. No more valid than Elizabeth. And a lot of people he's putting interest in are also no more valid than Elizabeth, which is a twofold problem. But according to the law, which this person obviously is not familiar with, and his writing is definitely American, the law for blasphemy is death by stoning. Now, I agree stoning is a miserable way to go. But it was the old law. But a person portraying themselves for who they are definitely aren't is heresy. And the punishment should fit the crime. But we don't live in a religious state. So if we did, the person would not have ever done it in the first place because they would have been put to death. Even the equivalent for the Muslims would be beheading. Now, a person I call throw art seems to either be confused, which doesn't surprise me, or he might be looking at it from some upper level type of view. I'm hoping so. Because see, throw art is supposedly my friend John under a different account name. Liked him better before. He was a little bit more genuine. I can go on to the reasons why he's been taking the tack he's been taking lately. Or at least the likelihood of it. This means I don't know for sure. But he's down that dark road again. Even worse in a way than this person claiming to be what he's not. I know he's not. It says in the Bible, he won't come back until the end of days. And he definitely won't get a YouTube account and talk to people. When he comes back, it's going to be self-evident. Everybody will know. Everybody, all at once, worldwide. But that goes into prophecy, and I'm not really in a mood to do prophecy tonight. I'm really tired. Really tired. A lot of hours of work. That's why I haven't been around. I don't have time to deal with YouTube and the insanity of people. Not even the insanity of my crop. That's a subject of deep pain for me. A lot of pain. But there is times in life where you have to sit back and let things happen, knowing what the recourse and knowing what the outcome will be. But knowing that even though you know, if a person's deaf, you cannot change it because they will just insist on going down that road anyhow. There's an old story I told a long time ago about a man sitting out the side of the road waving and trying to stop vehicles. And they just thought he was just a crazy person on the side of the road being, well, crazy. And they kept on going. Lickety split. A lot faster than the speed limit and just moved right on through. They figured it out right as they came to a bridge that was washed out and went off because they couldn't stop. Not in time. That's the way it is in life for most people. They don't see what's coming, even though the signs are right there before them. And even if God came down himself, telling people the right way, as he did before, they would just ignore him. And the so-called modern-day Christians we have today would put him right back on that cross. And that's a fact. They don't know him. They never know him. They only want to be part of the country club. They only want to see things the way their country club wants to see it. Well, that's not going to wash with Isa. And Isa will shut them down. The old saying is, the road to hell is wide and is well traveled, but the narrow path leads to heaven, and it's not traveled that much, and it goes through a narrow gate. So, as all these, what I call false Pauline Christians, well, they're Pauline Christians, but they're false Christians. They don't follow Isa. They follow Paul. Well, actually, Saul of Tarsus is his true name. And that's who they are. And that's what they really are. Not Christian. What is it? Seventh-day Adventist thinks that Isa's locked up inside of a secret chamber on top of some tower. He's not. That makes him a cult. Not Christian. They don't follow the ways, and he didn't listen to what he said. The Mormons believe, and I'm going to use my words, I don't really care for the English one, that Isa and Lucifer are brothers. That's also wrong. Provable in biblical script. It says it right there in bold letters. But you have to look for it, and you have to know where you're going. But it's plain as day. He did say it in a couple of places, but he didn't come out to say it. He just gave information, but he just assumed that you would have the common sense to put it together. But we don't. Not really. And it's taken me like 50 years to figure it out. Tough world. Tough world. But all you can do is try. All you can do is do the right thing. Be honorable. Keep your word. As you want Isa to keep his word to you. By a word you are saved. By a word it was done. A person can't honor their own word, and they can't expect Isa to keep his. It's actually they're breaking the law. And all 613 laws, mitzvahs, are well in blood. They didn't go anywhere. They're still in blood. The rest of it is a misunderstanding of one line of scripture. It's an assumption. That wasn't what he meant. Well, long enough. You guys be blessed. Take care. Tomorrow I gotta go back to work and do another 60-hour week. Maybe 80. I don't know. Nowadays, I just can't really tell from one day to the next. And the only thing I've ever wanted, which doesn't ever seem to ever take root, long story, but to come home to a decent woman, put my head in her shoulder, and fall asleep. It's a childish desire, but it is one I have. Well, you guys be blessed. Take care. Shalom.